So season 4 started with a bang as we made loads of signings, plus a player return. John McAtee, my favourite Grimsby Town player of all time, is back at the club. But it's not all good news. He did fail to score as we were held to a 1-1 draw with Preston. But we hope things get better for Adam Lallana as today he gets the job permanently. As yes guys, welcome back. I'm up to date, so I have seen the poll, which looks like this. Adam Lallana storming it. So yes, he's going to be our permanent manager. Where's he gone? There he is, as we're not going to speak to him first, but we are going to get some speaking done right about now with youngster Summers, who Lallana's going to speak to directly about his form in the first game of the season. Well, kid, I cannot lie. You were excellent first game. Very unlucky to score against our old keeper Dawson. And because of that, I'm going to go on a whim here and say I really trust you and want to offer you a contract, or the board do because I still don't know about my job, but on the table is a 4-year deal. So please sign it quickly before the big clubs come. And it looks like he's going to do it. Lallana's stood up very happy. We will speak to him about his job. Is there a handshake? Yes, there is. As he's staying at Grimsby for a lot longer is Ewan. And he's going to compete in the cam position with Bell. But not just Bell. When we scroll down here, he could actually be a decent winger, and John McAtee's on the wing. As is he ready? Or he's still got one more week, but I'm trusting Johnny Boy to play out wide. As we do have 9 million left, we did receive a lot of money, and we have players running out of contract, so we definitely can't spend it all. Plus, we want to save some, of course, for the start of next season. But first of all, we've got to tell Lallana about his job. As Adam, I apologise deeply for keeping you waiting. About your future here and your future as the manager. I'm delighted on behalf of the board here at Grimsby to say we want to appoint you as the first team permanent manager. As Lallana says, thank you. I really feel I've earned it. Sorry if that sounds big-headed, but I just love the job and think the players are happy, but I know they can be happier if we start winning more games in the league. Very glad how that went. No ask about the wage or anything, as it is Watford we have to build upon, because we started okay with a draw, and wow, I love this away kit, the Royal Lunar kit. As push up the field, Doug Tharm with a big header out to Marriott. And we're going to try and reach for Milanovic. Poor first game from the big man, I've got to admit. But David Washington took time to tick at the club, as that's a brilliant ball from Nath. On to Matty Wolf. It is through to Milanovic. What a save. Backman. Maybe a sweaty option, but we didn't actually go for it. Corner ball, though. We do have a big man to aim for now. And Doug Tharm stayed back. I don't know about him staying back from corners as Summers get it out wide. John McAtee has to get inside. He goes to pass it into Milanovic again as the number 10 rolls it in the bottom corner for 1-0 Grimsby. And the big man opens his account at Watford. And we are winning in the championship. This isn't like us. It's not like us at all, but don't do an England and sit back when there's a little positive in the game. They're round us. A ball in. Allen. Level. Unbelievable stuff. Can we not mark a man? Okay, so it's a reset. I don't mind. We've just got to get on with it. Doug Tharm across. That's a good ball straight through the middle. And Matty Wolf, chip that over for McAtee. Come on. We need to find a goal back. McAtee across the net. I don't mind him on the right-hand side as Savage through the middle. Can Charlie Savage hit from range? Savage forces a save. And we are playing better. Come on, we've got to look for Marco from the corner. As we do, we've planted it on his head and it falls to Savage to strike the post. An unbelievable chance, but it's not enough to get in front. Just before half-time anyway, as now we need to get moving. Kane Wilson, bad touch, but he does have McAtee in front of him. We need to get brighter. Second half, a nice little move, and John McAtee instantly in front. It's a good run from John. As he wins it back, they just literally pass it back into him, and Wilson with a good ball. Needed a front post runner just to latch onto it as Schmidt. He's been brilliant. He was brilliant in the last game at making runs like that. As I believe the referee may have called a penalty. Did it hit a hand from his cross? Fingers crossed it did. Delcroix. Oh, it looks like he has punched it. And a penalty for the Mariners just when we've made changes. As Milovanovic came off, leaving Danny Rose on the field. Rosie to take the penalty, and I am going to go down the middle to try and solve the riddle. He's hit the crossbar, oh my days, and we've missed the header as well. How has Danny done that? Maybe not a great idea to have his first touch being a penalty as McAtee. We are absolutely dominant, showing we don't want to be in a relegation fight this year. Mark McGuinness has been brilliant, and Savage, come on. Sloppy play. And a ball straight through the middle. They have gone round the goalkeeper. 2-1 Watford. And I just don't believe it. I just can't fathom it. It's a ball straight through. And our goalkeeper's been bad again. As it seems many of our players are. As can we get out to Delcroix? No, we don't. Loser. Good save from the keeper this time, but it's not enough to stop us from losing. Loser with another strike. 3-1 Watford. And I don't believe it. They haven't deserved it, but we get beat. So it's 1 point from 2. As that game sits us... Oh, it's the Carabao Cup next. It doesn't sit us anywhere there, but in the Championship, 19th, which of course is not where we want to be, but it's early days yet. And I'm gonna speak to Lallana again. Well, Adam, we both watched that opening game with our own eyes and saw how it unfolded. Do you realise why that was the case? As he says, yes, I do a bit, boss. I am ashamed in the performance. But I do know it's early days, and I know we need to get stuff done. Not to be demanding, despite just getting the job, but I'd like to make a few changes to help us become more professional. First of all, coaches. We don't have many at the club, just me and Sean Pearson, so I'd love to get some more on board. And I have been in touch with some ex-coaches and staff from Brighton and Southampton for another striker. Danny is brilliant. I do want to keep him at the club, but for now, he just lacks pace in the Championship, and I hate to admit it. I am good friends with Danny, but he needs replacing. And I hate to really admit it because I love Danny Rose, but he just isn't cutting it, and he did miss that penalty. As Adam said, he'd spoke to ex-Brighton and Southampton staff, and maybe they've chucked Dennis Undav in our direction. Is he transfer listed or something? Yes, he is. Nicely done. So maybe Lallana asked Brighton to transfer list him, and he's absolutely killing it in real life for Stuttgart, as here he is at Grimsby. We've just gone and signed him. The only problem is he is only 2 years younger, but he should be a lot better quality than Danny Rose for the bench. And although he is only a bench player, he's on a huge wage, so it is a big gamble, but unlike Troy Deeney, I'm not going to bother Lallana. I'm not going to just speak to him about getting the best out of him. I'm just going to let him rock him, and hey, maybe he plays, because we do have the cup next, which is Rotherham in the Carabao. And we have reached a good status as a club to have now a fully rotatable team, so we can keep energy on players. I know that's been a big issue when I have been simming games, but the team doesn't win. We are out of the Carabao Cup, but I guess that gives us time to focus elsewhere on, of course, the coaches, which Adam Lallana said he wanted. As I've tried to balance them around, that's all we can get. Not many on attack, but our attackers are our best players. It's the young midfield and defence we need to help out. Speaking of helping out, John McAtee, a 75 right winger, straight onto an inverted winger role, because that's what I want him to do. Cut inside of men and score some McAtee wonder goals. As the next game, well, Southampton, Lallana's ex-club, which we had a brilliant game against last time, the end of last season. As yes, after this we'll get some simming done, but we have to play this game. Come on, we need to mark up. Adam Armstrong, a counter-attack. No David Washington, but Nathan Marriott's still here. He played very well against them last time. A ball into Charlie Savage. Terrible shot, really, but a decent little switch across the field here into Marco. Marco on the angle. Let's get Dennis Undav on. That looked a very poor shot as Adam Armstrong again. We've got to mark up our men better. Slipping through the lines. Big save from Joaquin. The best save he has made. But still Southampton come at us. And I tell you what, they should have scored. But a free kick for us. How's Marriott's delivery? Front post. It did look quite decent. But come on, game. Sub Undav on. We could use our new striker. I believe that's him in the middle. Dennis Undav goes round Lumley. And Dennis Undav scores on his Grimsby Town debut. Against ex-South Club rivals Southampton. From Brighton, of course. His arms are going a little bit weird, but I don't care, as that's the end of the game. Lallana loves to beat Southampton, and our first points on the board, or 3 points in the championship. Lovely little sim, that one, and how good is it having a brilliant backup striker in Dennis Undav? He really helped us out, but still it's only up to 13th. The league's not settled yet. We are above rivals Hull City. And you know what? I would actually love it to stay that way as Peterborough. We always find a way to beat them, and it's 2 wins from 2. Savage and Marriott, the scorers as QPR. They are bottom of the league, a little bit tired, and it's a late draw. Milovanovic getting a late goal, though, as I'm waiting to see who our big team that we will play next is. A lot of bids for Cairns, but not great bids. Werder Bremen and Newcastle. I've missed another one here. Inter. Wow. I didn't even realise that one. But then again, I wouldn't have accepted it as who's top at the moment. AFC Bournemouth, Norwich up there. Norwich, we do play next. But with us having Burnley after that and Sheffield United, I would rather play them 2 games and simulate the Canaries. Come on, we should be fully fit here for Norwich City at home. Undav and Milovanovic. They both got goals, as I think, or I believe, Undav went into cam and did very well from that position. But no, I'm not doing it. I am keeping Summers in there. I trust this man more. A lot of potential with him. As we are on to deadline day and everyone wants our youngsters, I'm gonna loan Austin Smith to Huddersfield in the league below. I believe we don't need 3 keepers as Nathan Marriott we do need. He is 20-year-old now. That's older than I thought. Losing a few potential years to get that rating higher, but I don't care. Skipping through the window straight onto Burnley, who just sit above us. But you know what? I believe we can reach the Bournemouth game today, and that's the next full game to play. So we've got that to look forward to. But Burnley, in the meantime, let's just do what we did to Southampton on the South Coast. As Burnley will be a good side, and they start with a solo run at Turf Moor. We can't lose in this kit. Not again after the trip to, of course, Vicarage Road, as it's a good run from them. But a save from Joaquin. The keeper, which is rare. I mean, I am thinking about Bilgin, but how bad he was last season. He just stays out still. As poor communication with the passing right there. And Pepe is through. And it's hit the crossbar somehow. How did he miss that? But anyway, we'll carry on as a corner ball. Looking for Milanovic. He isn't really winning headers, which is concerning because Washington, of course, did. And now we need to try and go around our man. We can't get around Jordan Bayer. A little bit concerning as it's bloody all Burnley at the moment. A crossing opportunity. I mean, they do have some very good players. But again, we've just defended them very easily as Ewan Summers. I always want to call him Luke Summers. I don't know why, but he's on a run and he's got no real support unless he goes very backwards, as he does through the middle into Marriott. And now McAtee, John McAtee, just waiting for another pass. It's sloppy, but we still have kept the ball. Nathan Marriott to shoot. Always a tough ask, that shot, as can we keep them out right here? It's a tackle, but still, Lyle Foster has his shot saved. Is there another highlight? No, there isn't. A 0-0. And at Turf Moor, I do think we just take it. We just have to and then move straight on into the next game. Ipswich, ex-Premier League Ipswich, we've hammered. 4-1. Okay, so I didn't expect that, and we are going to go again with Swansea, fully fit. We only get a draw, though. And that's disappointing as it stands, we're in the playoffs. After 9 games, we have only been beaten once. And I know what I've just done there. I've spoken other defeats, but I haven't. Undav 1-0 against Sheffield United. A huge result as we go into Rotherham. 4-0 and 2 goals from John McAtee. The Mac is back to stack up the goals alongside Milanovic, Undav, and Kane Wilson with 3. But honestly, lads, you are doing me very proud at the moment. A couple of increases as well, including Summers and Matty Wolf. Good to see you finally increasing a little bit, Matty, but you are running out of contract. Something to think forward to. But the only thing I can think of right now to look forward to, Bournemouth, top of the league, and we are second. And you might have guessed, they are the team we play next. I believe we are at home. We can't go above them, as they've somehow got 5 points clear. But they're a very good team on paper, and they've come in white when our kit's black and white. Still will play on. I mean, it is better than their red, actually. And we need to make them red, embarrass them, score 4 again. As we're playing really well, but they've got good players. Sinisterra, Levi Colwill has jumped across from Chelsea. Good tackle by McAtee, though, which is going to release Charlie Savage to release Nathan Marriott, who needs to drag that back and go out wide again. No. Almost a good move as Alex Scott. Jeez, the talent they have in their squad. Unreal. Castellanos is their striker, and Sinisterra. When he is doing that, how can we compete? You've got to laugh or you'll cry, because Sinisterra has just done that in the championship against Grimsby. Not to talk negatively about ourselves, of course, too much, but we really need to be better. We can't compete with Bournemouth. As can we maybe creep into their box just for the once? Here's Ewan with a turn. Kane Wilson, one of our top scorers, needs to release the ball. No, just give it to the side of you. It's a terrible pass, and Justin Clivert, good tackle by McGuinness. At least we've got defensive coaches as Castellanos steps aside. A finish into the bottom corner. Going to be a long day. I mean, this Argentine plays for Girona, or played for Girona, played alongside Messi, and he's in the bloody championship. How can we compete? Seriously, how can we compete? As, hey, if we do get a goal back, it could be decent at this time. It's in to the middle. A save, and McAtee, you have to be scoring. Where is the urgency? I mean, you're urgent to get the ball back, but you should have scored initially. Charlie Savage, Matty Wolf. Is that hitting a hand? Absolutely stinky. Same with the result at halftime. 2-0 to the Cherries, but they have scored 2 in 45 minutes. So we have made a halftime change. Ewan Summers just coming off. Nothing really wrong with him, but we had to get Undav on, who was in cam behind Milanovic, and Undav making a move. This is the quality we get with the German. Already looking for that angle, as we are going to keep on crossing until Milanovic scores one day, as it's handled by the defender. I believe it's Sinisterra. And yes, a terrible jump. As to who do we give the penalty to? Definitely not Charlie Savage. Dennis Undav, that's who. We've gone from Danny Rose taking penalties to Undav, who scores to get us the half deficit. As we're chasing the game closer now, Lloyd Kelly still at the Cherries. But come on, Grimsby. Just wake up and get another goal. Come on, we've got our bright spark. Dennis Undav from the bench. He's been brilliant since he's come in. Looking for a pass onto McAtee. Could we make it 2-2 immediately? Nathan Marriott through bodies. Very easy for Rocha. Should have made him struggle a bit more, as no. Castellanos, a good tackle by Tharm. Savage, bad pass, leading to a Cherries corner, but you can see we're getting a bit more urgent as Scott took a shot, and we're a counter-attacking team, don't forget. It's Matty Wolf. Get that pass off. It has just slipped through to Savage, who has to pull it back now to try and pass it now. Good pass into Undav, and again, McAtee right on the side. This is a brilliant ball onto Wilson, back into John McAtee, who, no! Referee! Foul! You've got to give the foul. He got took out in the box off the ball. A little bit of a shove. I'm going to be going to the PFA as we need to try and track our man. Do not let it go 3-1. I do believe we've been beat. Schmidt with the tackle. And the free kick to come in, which Doug Tharm heads away. McAtee with the whack forward. And we were breaking right there as well. Still, 2-1 Cherries. And our first defeat in a while. As I'm not unhappy with Adam, but I do want to hear what he has to say in the press as they ask him about his second defeat of the season. To which he says, I wasn't worried. They definitely have a big budget, but I'm more worried about our next game and the new manager. As what's he on about, new manager? He is the new manager. Is he talking about Plymouth? Have they sacked Wayne Rooney? Oh my days, they have done. And look who it is. Plymouth Argyle have got Troy Deeney.